I guess, like, all the times I've been cheated on, it's been, like, maybe some other people wouldn't define it as cheating, but, like, it's always going home with another girl, and
Mm,
it's, like, I almost interject before it can even happen,
yeah.
but it's, like, the intention was there, and that's what I think also intention as
And
well.
again, you shouldn't have to fucking interject. Like, why?
On my
Like you're
birthday.
almost like, oh no,
Yeah,
Sarah. Oh my
yeah, with my
God.
best friend.
Hello and welcome back to Overstimulated with me, Hillary Henderson. Today I am joined by a pretty cool Toronto girl, maybe actually the coolest girl in Toronto, maybe Canada. I don't know. We
Woo!
got Sarah Lemoine here. Hey, Sarah.
Hello.
Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having
You
me.
are killing it online. I think the first time I saw you, you were drinking a wine glass upside down, like suction to your face. And that was art. That's when I saw that. I was
Yeah.
like, that girl gets it. That girl gets
Red
it.
wine.
Yeah, the red wine. Does it make it taste better when you do
Yeah,
that?
of course, especially when it ends up all over you.
I love it. I love it so much. If you don't know, you should check out Sarah online. We'll have her socials linked below, of course. But I think we're just going to get into it with some fun would you rathers.
Okay.
Okay, Sarah, would you rather have $1 million or never be able to use ChatGPT ever again?
Oh my gosh, these give me so much stress because I'm like, I feel like I actually have to choose. I don't want to. Um, that's actually a really hard one because I use ChatGPT more than I use my own phone or brain.
So
But $1
true.
million,
Yeah.
I would want $1 million.
You take
I
the
could figure it
million.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, if you take the $1 million, you could like make your own.
Well, I was
Like
just gonna say,
maybe
there's got to be something I could do with $1 million
$1 million.
that
Yeah.
ChatGPT couldn't do for me.
It's funny because if I got $1 million, probably the first thing I would do is ask ChatGPT, what should I do?
Do with $1 million.
It's like my parents literally gave me some money for Christmas and I asked ChatGPT like what should I use? Because I'm like,
No.
girl, you know so much about me. Like you're gonna know like better than my best friends. You're gonna be able to tell me.
They know everything, and I have my work one and my personal one, and like so like this, I'm like, okay, so this is how much I make. How much should I be spending on rent? How much? Like,
Yes.
it's literally planned my whole
Yeah.
life for me. And then
Yeah.
they posted me on Instagram.
I
Did you
saw
see-
that. That's so cool.
So it made my whole
Yeah.
year, and
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. So I don't know. Honestly, I feel like I'm betraying them by saying that, but yeah, probably $1 million.
Yeah. Yeah. Did ChatGPT also tell you to move to Montreal?
Yeah, I went there with my decision. Yeah.
Really?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Wait, so what did it look
Pros,
like?
cons. I just said like what would be like the pros and cons of moving away when you're young, 23, whatever. Like you don't know. Oh,
Cool.
and
Yeah.
it spits everything out. I use it for
it's all the things that
everything.
you need. Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything like crazy or like weird that you put into ChatGPT?
A lot of responses to like serious text, like literally cannot be bothered, put it into ChatGPT, and I'm like write a response, and then
Really?
I
Like
copy and put it
dating
into
kind of
my
text, like personal
dating,
text? Yeah.
personal, like literally everything. Or
Wait,
I'm
do you have
trying
like
to
an
think.
example you can read
Okay,
us?
this is like so. I actually can't. I should not. I can't believe I thought I was gonna take this to the grave with me, but there is this guy that like, and I like never really meet people when I'm out. Like I never really have like huge crushes that like I have talked to them before.
Yeah.
And this guy had DM me and he said something. Oh my gosh, I wish I remembered it off the top of my head.
You can get your phone. You can get your phone out if you want to take some time. We'll wait. We'll wait.
We can't, yeah, we can't say who it is because this is even worse, but this would make the episode, but like it can't be put in because it's the my it's him. He owns me. And he DM me and I was like, I don't know, like, what do I respond back to this? I've never flirted with a guy in so long.
Oh my God.
And then my roommate's like, I don't know. So I went to ChatGPT and I was
Yeah.
like, write a good, like, flirty comeback for this. I need to
That's
find
so
him.
funny.
But
I love Chat. I love it. I think in my head, ChatGPT thinks I'm pretty. Because like the
Yeah,
stupid ass shit I
oh.
ask it, it's like, oh honey.
Yeah,
like
no.
I hope you got something else going on for you.
yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. He said that it better have been a good joke because you're selling it hard because it was a picture of me laughing.
Okay.
And I said, I'm in sales. I have a talent for making bad jokes look good. I didn't come up with that myself.
ChatGPT came up with
Yeah,
that.
well,
That's
like, and I tweaked it. So
smooth.
you have to add your own personal touch, but like
Yeah.
it gives you the bones, the
Yeah.
structure.
That's cheeky.
Yeah.
I like that. That's like a good. That's a
how
good
I
flirt.
graduated.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I'm of the era. I think I'm like
Mm-hmm.
like 3 or 4 years older than you, so I'm of the era. Like I had to go through school without ChatGPT.
Yeah. All the power to you.
And like the nail biting and stress I had then
Mm-hmm.
shows. Okay, speaking of dating, would you rather have your ex become your boss or have your mom run all your dating apps?
I would rather have my mom run all my dating apps.
Really?
I would actually rather never work a day in my life ever again, and like
That man to be your
then have
boss.
my ex be my boss.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. I think I'd probably pick the same thing,
Yeah,
to
that's
be
my biggest
honest.
fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mom, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to have to take instructions from a man.
Oh,
Period.
my ex,
Period.
absolutely
like, yeah,
not.
in general.
And
Yeah.
after all the talk I talk that I'm gonna be so successful, or whatever, he ends up my boss. That would be it for me. I fear.
Yeah. Yeah. Career over. You have to
Yeah,
move. What do
I
you
would
think
trust my
how do you think your
mom.
mom would handle managing your dating
She,
apps?
I don't know. Like she has pretty good taste. Seeing how her and my dad's relationship went divorce, like I don't know, like how great her taste is, like
Yeah.
whatever. But
Yeah.
I like trust. And she actually loves all of my exes, like a lot. So like I feel like I wouldn't like almost trust her to make the good decisions.
Right, because she loves the
Yeah,
exes.
yeah. But like we've been out. I took her out on King Street, and
Cute.
yeah, and a
That's
guy came right
fun.
up to her table, was like, "I think your daughter's hot." Yeah, gave him my
Oh.
number, whatnot, and like, or I think maybe he said beautiful. Like I don't know.
Same.
But like yeah, so like I would trust her to run my dating apps, but
That's
she'd be very
fun.
protected.
That's
very
fun.
protective.
Is she dating now?
She just
also?
got married.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's with it.
Oh
She
yeah,
knows
she's
she
with
knows how
it.
dating
Yeah. Oh
works
yeah.
in the
Yeah.
modern day. That's cute. I
Yes,
feel like if
yeah.
my mom ran my dating apps, she would just like match me with a bunch of like really Christian
Yeah.
men.
My
that,
mom
like-
knows that I steer clear from that.
Yeah. It would just be like boys
Yeah.
that'd be like, "Oh, pick this one. He's like has earning potential." And then like you look at him and I'm like, "Oh, I, Mom, in what world would I take my pants off in front of this man consensually? Like, please, like that can never happen.
Consensually.
Like, get for real." Okay. I've got another. Would you rather? Would you rather only be able to date guys that refer to themselves as alpha males, or date a guy that constantly refers to his mom as my queen?
Oh, easy. Queen. I feel like one of my ex-boyfriends like refers to his mom as my queen. But like it depends in what way. Like it has to
Yeah.
be like a like not entirely like not like my queen, like a mama's boy, no.
Yeah.
But like someone who's kind of with it, very secure with her masculinity, being
Yeah.
like my queen.
And is silly,
Yeah,
like
silly,
being like,
silly.
"Hey, queen," or whatever.
Mhm,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fun. I like that energy. It'd be really hard to be like. I think if a man referred to himself as an alpha male on a date, I would just be like, "Sorry, is the alphas in the room with us?"
Yeah,
right now?"
no.
Because like I don't think you should have to say it like that if you really are.
Oh my gosh, no, that's like disgusting.
Have you ever had that happen? Like
No.
a dude, like okay, in public, they're for being so loud online, being alpha males, they're really quiet when you see.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. But they're down there. No one can see them.
Sorry, buddy, if you're below
Yeah.
5'4", like actually, what are you an
Those do
alpha
be the
male?
ones that considering themselves alpha males,
I know,
though. Yeah,
it's actually so
literally.
true. What are you the alpha male of?
Yeah.
Somersaults? Like, okay, king, pop off. Okay, would you rather go out with somebody who constantly talks about crypto or refers to themselves as an empath?
Oh, that's actually really hard. I feel like that might be two of the worst types of people.
Yeah.
Because I'm like someone who's an empath doesn't have to consistently tell you, and like I
Yeah.
could not be bothered to hear about crypto
Wait,
24/7.
what about this? What if empaths are just crypto bros but poor? I think that's the only difference.
I think we just figured something out.
Comment
Wait,
below.
What would you
Yeah.
choose?
Okay, see, I feel like past me, I would have like been like so attracted to somebody that like constantly referred them to themselves as an empath. But now I'm smart enough to know
Therapy.
that like once you constantly say something, like if it's true, you don't need to actually say that about yourself
Oh
constantly.
no, so real.
So, but like I do love a man with money. I'm not gonna, as a woman in the arts,
Yeah.
you know, like I'm never gonna say no to some financial backing. But
Yeah, I think I would rather hear about crypto. There's just something that doesn't rub me the right way about like hearing about a man call himself an empath.
yeah, crypto bro. See, I feel
Yeah.
like crypto bro, worst case scenario, he's boring. An empath, worst case scenario, you can't function for
Yeah.
like, or a quote unquote empath.
Yeah.
For
And I can tune people out. Like I can totally like listen to like be staring at you having a conversation while you're telling me about crypto or something I do not care about and
Yeah.
like pretend I'm super engaged, but I'm
Yeah.
like off thinking about my own thing or maybe what I'll say next.
Yeah. Like this is the Sarah show. Like you're lucky to be invited here. Sometimes I do wonder though, like, do you think crypto bros conspiracy theorists? They believe in something they can't physically touch. They're always talking about it, trying to recruit other people to the gang.
Cult.
Like it's feeling a little cultish.
Yeah, no, 100%. And they definitely are conspiracy theorists. There's no way that like someone who is that big into crypto that can't stop talking about it is not like a conspiracy theorist or have something wrong with them.
That's right. That's right. And that's why they have to cold plunge every morning to get this crazy out. Like,
it's not working.
It's like, seek help. Please seek help.
No, seriously. Go to therapy, like anything else.
Anything. Literally. Men will literally invest in the stock market instead of going to therapy. No, that's like, that's a well documented.
Literally.
That's well documented, actually. You're a very stylish girl, I feel like. Every time I see you, she's dressing. Sarah does a lot of furs.
Oh yeah, big
Stunning.
into fur. Fake fur. Don't come for me. But if I was rich enough, it would be real.
Once we get a crypto man,
Literally.
then we will be investing in the furs. Would you rather have to wear an outfit that included a fedora every day or Crocs every day?
Okay, that's actually really easy, and it would be Crocs, but there's something that I do love about a fedora. Like, I can't lie. I think because it's become such a memeable thing within like all of my friend groups. Is that like I would just love to rock a fedora, like open every TikTok wearing a fedora. Like
it would command attention.
It would.
Would you ever like go out to the bars with a fedora?
Yeah, because it's like, again, commanding attention.
That's a conversation starter. Yeah.
And I'm a big Crocs girl. Like I love.
Are you going like 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive?
Like,
where are you putting those straps?
4-wheel drive.
Yeah, safety first.
Well, it depends what I'm doing, but like, like swimming or like obviously 4-wheel drive. Yeah. Like walking just around the house or whatever, 2-wheel. Yeah. They were my university shower shoes.
As they should be.
And then I actually got a new pair recently. Like I kept it up.
That's great. What color are your new ones?
Light blue.
Light blue. Ooh.
Yes, I actually got them from their Cottage Springs.
Sponsored. That's cool. I've got some like rainbow Crocs right now. And I'm a big fan of the Crocs. And like I never went out in a fedora, but I did there was a phase in my life where I was going to a lot of parties and a lot of bars in Crocs. Because again, the conversation starter. And so I'd be in a full like thoughty, like all black outfit, but then like the green Crocs are coming. Or like the orange Crocs are coming.
Wait, and see, that's smart.
Yeah.
You're different and you're comfortable.
I was so comfortable.
And if it rains, you're fine.
I just slide home. 4-wheel drive, just hydroplaning, don't know where. Like I'm set. But no, honestly, I feel like I don't think I had really high success with that. And I will say the men that came up and talked to me about the Crocs were like probably Croc wearers themselves. None of them were cute, is what I'm saying. None of them were cute. Yeah, this is a burden.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna tell me that you went to the bar wearing fedoras, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna head.
After you were just roasting it, I would go out in a fedora.
Yeah, but like it's funny.
Yeah,
sorry to any fedora wearers watching. Get out.
All the fedora males are just crying. Would you rather have your phone screen permanently cracked or have your favorite pair of jeans ripped in the crotch?
Phones, but that's so hard because to be honest, my phone screen's always cracked.
It is okay.
But it's so annoying. And then every time I get it fixed, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is so nice. I need to take better care of my phone. But like, come on, having a rip in my crotch.
You can't wear them. Okay, it's funny because I feel like there's two types of girls, right? There's girls who always have a cracked phone screen, have never even seen a smooth phone screen in their lives, and there's girls that would like shoot themselves in the face if they had even a small crack in their
exactly.
phone.
Like I'm not like that. Like it's like I feel like that's like the clean girl aesthetic, you know?
Yes.
Not
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
But I thought you were gonna say there's two types of girls in the world: the ones with the phone, the cracked phone screens, and the ones with rips in the crotch.
Yeah, literally that too. Yeah,
and I was like, where is this going?
There's like,
I've never met.
Yo, ripped in the crotch. Maybe let's bring that back.
Yeah.
Okay. Like you know how Regina George just like cut the whatever. We just start doing it.
The crotch.
I feel like if you did it, people would start doing it. Like, no, I feel like if Sarah
People
Lemoine...
already think I'm already losing it. Like,
no, but I feel like if you got out there with a fedora, ripped crotches...
in crotch.
Like, yeah, in crotch.
With my crypto boyfriend.
People would be like, okay, maybe I missed something.
Yeah,
Sarah knows what's up.
exactly.
That's so funny. Okay, Sarah, we're in a new year. It's 2025. I feel like people are kind of either ending things, starting things. I don't know. What's your astrology sign, actually?
I'm a Taurus.
I'm a Taurus, too.
Really?
Okay, that's
When's your birthday?
May 7. When's yours?
April 26th.
Okay, cool.
My whole family. My sister's May 11th. And because April and May Tauruses are very... Oh, wait, May 7th. I think that's my stepdad's birthday.
Cool. Okay. You got a lot of Tauruses in the fam.
Yeah, like everybody is a Taurus. My dad... sister, brother, like we all are.
Okay, I hope
except
you
for
don't
my
hate
mom.
any of those people.
No.
Okay, it's like on the record,
Yeah.
cannot say.
But
Yeah.
my sister's a May Taurus, and she's like my bestie. So like
Okay.
yeah, but like but May Tauruses are usually a lot more quiet.
Yeah, that's so me.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
famously the shyest girl to ever exist. I don't know if it's because I'm a triplet that like maybe
Something
like
got
something
like
happened. Like the
yeah.
stars were kind of like, whoa, we're
Whoa.
confused about that. Like we'll just make her a Leo instead or something.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Okay. But what I was gonna say was I feel like like lots of things are happening astrologically for Tauruses in 2025.
Okay.
We're supposed to be getting rich. That's what I've been
Oh,
hearing according to the
okay.
TikTok astrologers. So we don't need we can let ChatGPT know when that happens and we need to spend the money on.
Literally.
But there's gonna be a lot of changes for romance. And I feel like new year, people are fresh, people have new goals that they want to get started on. And I feel like we need to talk about relationship etiquette because there's people out there acting sloppy, acting messy, acting embarrassing, actually. And Sarah is queen of the single girls.
Yes.
And I feel like it's not like you're trying to make a cult of girls to be single, but you're just like, guys,
Yeah.
it's actually maybe kind of better
Yeah.
on this side. So I want to get into all of that with you. You are single currently.
Of course.
And you love that. What do you love most about being single?
I just love like the freedom. I can literally do whatever I please and whatever I want, such as like a big thing I just talked about is I randomly sporadically decided a few weeks ago I'm going to move to Montreal.
Yeah.
Did I have to consult with anyone? Do I have to worry about doing long distance? Do I have to worry about anyone like being upset with my decision? No. Like I am financially independent. I'm going to be living on my own and I'm picking up and moving.
Yeah.
And it's just like I can't even imagine if I had a boyfriend that like would hold me back from that.
Yeah.
I think that would
Yeah.
have driven me crazy. And like the scariest part is if I really love the guy, like maybe I wouldn't realize it in the moment and then I would let something pass me by.
Right. Ugh.
So I just think like yeah, how liberating it feels to be single. And there's this whole, and I also want to make the disclaimer, like I'm not fully, like my content is for the girls who are single. I've come to realize that there's this like negative connotation with being single.
Yeah.
And it's always people in relationships that come on my videos attacking me, being like, well, I've been in a relation for 8 years and this isn't true. And it's
Yeah.
like, who are you trying to convince? Me or you? Like,
Totally,
relax.
totally. Well, and
because this
that's
wasn't
so
for you.
true. Exactly. And that's so true. And I feel like the people that are most like triggered by that are the people that like they maybe wish they got some regrets. They maybe wish they would have chose a different decision. And like that's fine, but like don't come at you for like making a different choice.
Exactly. And I kind of had that thought yesterday because I posted a few videos on being like single and like being happy and single.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just made me realize like, okay, my videos aren't for people in relationships. So why are they getting their panties in a knot? Like it's for people who are single who maybe feel bad about being single. I want to
Yes.
show you that it's not a bad thing and it doesn't have to be. It's just
Yeah.
that's the more commonly believed thing is that like being single isn't a choice. It's because like you can't get a
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Oh my God.
The lack of something
Yeah.
that like everybody obviously really wants, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I've totally been there before too, where like even just like things around like moving or like career or like my like very first relationship, like I was not doing comedy or like anything creative like at that time. And like there's no way I would have. Like everything I was doing, I was like seeing my experience like filtered through someone else's eyes, which like I think if you're in a healthy relationship, like of course you should like take your partner's like opinions into
No,
account. But when it's
100%.
like so like stifling of like you and like seeing things of like your creativity or like where you want to be in the world and stuff too, like oh my gosh.
And that's it. Like I've been in I've had like 3 or 4 exes. But I'm like this past year I've been single. It's the longest I've been single since I've like ever had a boyfriend.
Wait, how long has that
And
been?
just over a year and a half or like almost 2 years now.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So
Love
but
that.
like over since like grade 12, say. So I don't even know how much, 7
Okay,
years or whatever.
yeah.
Like this is the longest I've been single. It's the happiest I've ever been. I've had the most opportunities. It's the most money I've made.
Yeah.
And I think I'm also a very avoidant person and I know that and it's something I need to work on. I'm very hyper independent, but like it's the like happiest and like best my life has ever been. So why would I go back? And my standards have literally like risen an insane amount. I used to not have standards like at all. And like not to drag any of my ex-boyfriends.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like and like my most recent ex-boyfriend was super ambitious, like very much matched my energy and
Yeah.
level. However, like now, like moving forward, any guy that I date will like be held to the highest standard, which before I didn't really have.
Like, 'cause yeah. Well, it's the, nothing groundbreaking that I'm going to say here, but it's like, it's obviously how we feel about ourselves.
Yeah.
That's going to like indicate who's coming back to you. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
What would you say to like someone who's listening to this and like is maybe like a little sad, like feeling like sad girl, like
About being single?
About being single. Yeah.
Or even recently single. And
Yeah.
like I spoke about this yesterday. on TikTok, but if you are unhappy and single, the solution to your problem is not finding a boyfriend, it is becoming happy and single. Like, you should put all of your focus, time, and energy to becoming happy and single. Like, scrape the idea of having a boyfriend and finding a guy and focus solely on you, whether that's finding like a hobby or something you can do
Mhm.
that you love spending time alone. That was a big game changer for me. I got really back into thrifting, arts and crafts, and
Yeah.
that was my way to spend time alone.
Yeah.
And I like started falling like in love with it. Like, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing."
That's
Like,
crazy. Spending time alone
mhm.
is hard though
Yeah.
because I I'm a very extroverted person, as
Mhm.
I'm sure you are as
Yeah.
well. And like so it's like that balance of like finding like sometimes when I'm alone doesn't mean I'm necessarily like lonely,
Mhm.
but like what is that right balance of like being out and then also because we're
Yeah.
Tauruses, we need to hermit. We need like the things of like luxury and just like
Yeah.
relaxing and being like chill. But yeah, like I feel because how old are you?
23.
You're 23. I'm 27. And like when I was your age, I think I had like just broken up with like a
Mhm.
boyfriend. And it was the start of my villain origin
Yeah,
story,
oh, well,
actually.
yeah.
Like
And because I was like the girl, like up until this like year and like last year, I was always the girl who was like I had been cheated on by every single one of my exes, and I got
ew.
back,
Ew.
and like I got back together with every single one of them. Like, I didn't have standards, and I didn't like whatnot. And
Yeah.
like my
Yeah.
ex boyfriend, who was actually an angel, was the first. Okay, well, he did cheat on me too. But like people make mistakes.
No.
But like that was my first time actually walking away and being like, no, like this isn't like, no matter how much this hurts, like I'm not going back. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's where like now I'm the villain, but like that's where everything great started happening. And when I
Yeah.
was like, wait, no, like I actually just want to be single. And like I haven't once, I don't think the words have come out of my mouth like I want a boyfriend like once since me and him have broken up. And like I haven't even been like, I have Raya and like whatever, I'll dabble, I'll go on dates, but
Yeah.
like nothing has ever gotten serious. Like no talking stages, nothing.
Really?
Hmm.
Okay.
Nothing.
So, because you've been all over the map in terms of where you have been and where you will be
Yeah.
going,
Yeah.
as we all have to clarify. Let's let's break it down the etiquette for everybody. The relationship etiquettes, the timelines, when are you hard launching, et cetera, et cetera. We're gonna get into that all. How long do you think a first date should be? Like hours.
That's a good question. And see, like my thing is that like I don't put rules or like regulations or anything on anything. Like,
How do you thrive?
yeah.
Like, yeah.
And because I'm like, I feel like when you put pressure, and I see all these different people talking about how like there should be
Yeah.
like leave early so that like he's wanting you more. I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't want to play mind games. Like, I won't put like, if I'm having a great time with you,
Mhm.
what I will say is I will not take like a guy home with me on a first date. Like, I
Yeah,
will not go
same.
home with him. But like there's times where I've been on a first date and we're there for like an hour and I'm like, this is awful.
Yeah.
Get me out of
Yeah.
here. But if
I
we're
feel
like
you're like,
vibing,
oh, the 2 hour
yeah,
timer hasn't gone off
yeah,
yet.
I
Let's like
know.
suffer through another
I'm like,
hour.
oh,
Yeah. Tell me more
what
about
was
your
that?
crypto,
Like my
please.
roommate's crying at home. Her roommate just broke up with her.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend just broke up with her. But yeah, I don't know. Like, if it's a really great first date and they're like, oh, like let's go grab a drink somewhere else, 100% I would.
Cool.
So I
Yeah.
would say like it just depends on how it's going. And like that's almost like the advice is I'm like, don't ever put rules on yourself other than like maybe for like self-respect. Like if
Sure.
you don't
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
like
What your
hook up with someone on a
boundaries, what
yeah,
your boundaries are.
exactly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what would you say?
I feel like for me, I have so many girlfriends that like they're going on like 8 hour first dates. And then they never
Okay.
hear from guys again. And so part of me is like, sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. Like, not that, like, obviously, if like you're
Oh.
gonna go out with someone, like, whatever, clearly that was not
Yeah.
ever gonna be a match, anyways. And like, there's nothing you could have done to avoid that.
Mhm.
But for me, like, I think like if it's like somebody I'm meeting off of like a dating app
Yeah.
for the first time, maybe this is because I'm so distrusting. I'm like, anybody can put on like a razzle dazzle, like,
Yeah.
vibe for like an afternoon or like an evening.
Mhm.
And so I would like to I like really need to like a slow burn and like to see somebody
Oh, yeah.
consistently over time. And so I prefer to like not have it go more than like maybe a couple hours. Like it have to be
Yeah.
like pretty spectacular and unique for me to like because also usually when I'm planning around a first date,
Yeah.
like I will do like sure like a weekday evening or like a weekend, like afternoon or something, maybe. Like I'm not giving, you got to work for the prime time slot,
yeah,
you
that's
know,
so
like
true.
that's, and also like, of course, like doing comedy in that too. Like I have a new boyfriend now. So like I don't have to navigate
Yeah.
some of that so much anymore. But like, it's, yeah, I think like people, like, not that it's a mistake to go on, like if that's what felt good in the moment and that's like what you
Yeah.
wanted to do, then like pop off, get it. But I just think it's like, I don't know. Like
Okay,
I just
yeah.
don't think somebody deserves that much of your
8
time
hours, like,
at that
and I've
point. That's
never
extreme. That's extreme.
like, or
Yeah.
even, like, but, like, I'm, like, talking, like, night, like, if it's really terrible, okay, maybe an hour, but if
Yeah.
we're, like, really vibing and say we went out at 9 and I get home by 11, like, that's a lot of time for me. 2
Yeah.
hours out of my night, like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and you're still home.
Yeah,
You're still
so
home to try and quit nicotine.
yeah.
Sarah is TikTok is you're sponsored by Nicorette right now,
Nicorette,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's quitting the vape. She's
They actually
quitting.
pushed me, like,
Yeah.
that's the big, like, I said no at first, and then I was like, "What the heck? Like, why would I literally say no to something for my health?"
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
also wanted to make sure it was very, like, authentic to me, like, if I
Of
wasn't
course.
actually gonna quit, and it's not
Yeah.
even like they were asking me to, but,
Yeah.
like, I could have probably changed my content direction, but I'm like, I might as well try, and this is the longest I've gone, which is, like, crazy.
Hell yeah. Congratulations.
Thank
That's really
you,
cool.
thank
That's really cool.
you.
If you're trying to quit nicotine also, you can check out
Yeah, I have a
Sarah's.
few videos.
Yeah.
The zero nic vapes really help as well. That's
Yeah.
been a big one for
Oh,
me.
that's cool to just like you still get
Yeah,
you're
because
still doing
that's
it.
the only, like,
Yeah.
I'm like, the Nicorette helps with the cravings, and then this helps with the oral fixation. So I'm like, what am I actually quitting? But like,
Yeah. We'll get you a soother.
we'll get
We'll
there.
get you like
Yeah,
a
no,
freezy or something
actually,
like
yeah.
that. You can go
No,
like,
seriously.
yeah, yeah. Do you okay for your preference for like a timeline? Say you go on the first few dates, it's going well. At what point do you think you should be like, yo, what are we doing here? Like, are we exclusive? Like, how do you navigate that?
See, this is like I was saying before how I feel like a man like a lot of the time. I am like a mega ghoster, like
That's so funny.
and I am like, let's wait this out as long as we can. Like, and like that's the avoidant in me.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I'm like, I don't get hurt too often,
Yeah.
is because I'm not gonna like push anything too quick. And that said, like there's with each and every one of my ex-boyfriends, like it got to a point like where we had been like talking, going on dates for 3 months, 4 months. And that's when I'm like, okay, like if I still like you by now and like I'm not icked out by you, like I
Yeah.
can still go on dates, then I would be comfortable bringing it up.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if you've heard of the 3 month rule. And it's like,
No.
I think it's I don't know why I brought that up because don't really know what it is. But it's like in my head, it's like the 3 month rule. If you make it to the 3 month mark and like you still like each other, things are going
Yeah.
well, then like that's when it's time for the conversation. But like if things fail before 3 months, like you shouldn't date before 3 months almost.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I think after that, you're wasting your time. I feel like similarly to that, it was like when it's like girls that have been like dating somebody for like 7 years and there's like no movement towards like getting married and like you know that's what they want and you're just
Yeah.
like, girl, like that's a
Well,
life sentence actually. Seven years.
literally,
You go to prison.
yeah.
Like you could do a PhD in that time, girl. Like, you
No,
could- yeah.
exactly. Like what a waste of time. And that's the thing too, like people who wait around because it's more like you can feel when it's reciprocated or not. Like if it was some toxic situationship where like I had tried to bring it up a few times and he
Yeah.
kept, that's when it's like,
Like
okay,
circumvent
no,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but of course, it only makes me want it more.
Oh yeah, 100%.
What, you don't give a shit about me at all? Let's do it.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it depends. Like I feel like too when you know you both really like each other, it's like you almost both automatically stop like hooking up with other people or
Right.
going on dates.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm more fine with that. And then for me, until you put a ring on it, not marriage, but like until we're actually officially
Yeah.
dating, fair game. Even though
Yes.
it hurt me if like he did something, like
Yeah, you're
or like
totally
and
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like if I did something, it'd be wrong. But like at the end of the day, I think until you're dating, like
Yeah.
fair game.
Yeah. I feel that's happened to me before where like I was like, I think you definitely should clarify. Like if you're at the point where you're kind of like cutting off other people, I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
it's good to clarify because that never feels good where you're like, wait,
Oh.
oops.
Yeah.
I was
And I've
acting
been a
like
demon.
that.
Like
Yeah.
I've been
yeah.
like I hooked up with my not hooked. I made out with my ex-boyfriend in front of the guy I was talking to. Like so it's like when I say all these bad stories, like I'm trying to be more real and sharing that I've been like especially old me, like 2
Yeah.
years ago, 3 years
Wait,
university, wild
why did
demon,
why did you do where were you when you did that? That's so funny.
petty cash. And it's when I was in university still. I
That's
don't even know.
so
Yeah.
funny. And
It
you
was
were
terrible.
you trying to make him jealous?
Oh no,
No?
I woke up. Oh my God, this was the worst night. Nope, didn't know I actually did it. I woke up in my old
Oh no.
roommate's childhood best friend's family home, who I had never met before. And I'm like, where am I? And she's like, oh, like she comes into the room the next morning and she took me home, like because she'd see me there. I had drank too much, like because I
Yeah.
was anxious. Like my ex was there. I'm like, and like a regular person, I should have been like, you know what, my ex is here. Can we leave? And nope, I took shot. I'm a
Yeah.
huge lightweight. And I ended up like kissing my ex-boyfriend in front of the new guy that I was talking to. And
Oh.
so it's like, but then like the argument that I made in my own, but no, I was mortified. Like I like was devastated for like weeks, months.
Oh, really?
Like I felt like a
happened with
shitty person.
What happened with the guy? Like, did
We
you guys
ended
like?
up dating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Wait, not your ex-boyfriend, but like the guy like the other guy that you were talking to.
Yeah, we ended
Yeah,
up dating.
you ended up dating.
But like, so like I was so apologetic. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I completely understand. Like, if you never want to talk to me again, like what
Yeah.
not? And it was like, this is probably, I should deal with my drinking as well. Like not getting to that point. Like I think there's a lot of things to deal with here. But yeah, but the one thing, like even my ex-boyfriend, the one that I ended up dating afterwards, like had said like we weren't dating. It's not like he's like, that's
Oh.
terrible. Yeah. So like
Wait,
was
how long were
even-
you with him?
Which one?
Like, it's getting so confusing at this point. Okay, wait, let's give them like fake names. Let's give them
Yeah.
fake names. Your ex-boyfriend, the one you made out with.
Billy.
We'll call him Billy, and then the other guy,
Bob.
Billy and Bob. Okay. So Bob was the one that also cheated on you,
Yeah.
and Billy also did. Billy Bob. Also, red flag if you're 23 years old and dating a dude named Billy or Bob. Run.
So yeah, that like, so that's the thing. Like, it kind of like I got my ass handed to me on a silver platter when you cheated on me, because it's like, okay, I should like.
Okay,
I've done some wrong
I don't think
things.
kissing someone, kissing an ex is the same thing as like fully cheating on someone.
And before we were dating.
Exactly.
Too.
I think
Me condoning my
I
own
also agree.
actions.
Yeah, we're justifying anything. We're like, yo, if a man did that, that's disgusting and evil and rude, and you should key
I
his
support
car.
women's rights and wrongs. Like it's.
That's right. How long did you end up dating Bob for?
I dated Bob for about a year.
Oh my gosh.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
After that happened. Like, so but we had been talking for a long time. And then
Okay.
like when that happened, we kind of fell off for a bit. Then we started dating. And then maybe just under a year,
Okay.
we started dating on Halloween.
Damn.
You know, the Halloween theory?
Wait,
I
what's
coined
that?
it.
What is it?
I just made it up. Like it went viral, like literally everywhere. But I just said like on Halloween, the craziest things always happen, the most life altering events.
Interesting.
And then I posted that, and then literally the next day,
People were like, "Yep, I feel
and
that."
then I met him.
It's
started
actually,
dating
I don't know if
him.
it's like the cuffing season thing too, because I actually, like, now that I'm thinking about it, I do know like quite a few couples that like got together.
Yeah,
like
it's just like
on
weird.
Halloween.
Yeah, like a weird thing happens.
Yeah.
And
It's like Scorpio season then.
Yeah.
Things are crazy. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
nobody knows what they're doing.
so that's our story.
Yeah.
But maybe under a year. But I'm friends with all my exes. Red
Really?
flag, yeah.
Red-
Amicable.
Real? Okay, so even though they cheated on you, we're not,
Yeah,
like, you're still like,
because
it's
I wasn't
chill.
like a perfect girl. Like, although like they kind of like that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, I by no means will sit here and say that I was an angel of a girlfriend. And I'm like, people make mistakes, people can grow, because
Yeah.
I want to believe that because I see it in myself.
yeah.
So like, and I like we're all like it. All of these have happened over like almost 2 years now. So I'm like,
Okay,
whatever.
cool. What do you think's
Couldn't
been
be
able
bothered.
to help you, like when you say help you grow?
I think the biggest thing is spending time alone and like
Yeah.
being really self-aware. So like, I feel.
And being friends with all your exes, obviously.
Exactly.
Rinse, repeat.
Yeah. And like accountability, because I think even before I would go on the internet even and post like dragging this, like my ex-boyfriend
Yeah.
and sharing this, but like
Which I
realizing,
love.
yeah,
Which I
as
love.
I should.
It's the best form of
Yeah.
entertainment,
Yeah,
actually. It's like
and
every time I
therapy.
go to your TikTok, I'm like, this is reality TV. And
Dragging.
it's Sarah's life. It's like Sarah's real stories. So I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah. But that's like just coming to terms with the fact that like you can make mistakes, you can be this whole different person 6 months ago, like a year ago, but starting to realize like what needs to change. Like a big thing was for me was like how much I would go out and drink and party and
Mm,
like, oh, like it was more my priorities weren't
right.
straight.
And also like the kind of people you're
That
attracting when
that
you're
is
doing
so
that
true.
too.
That's a
Yeah.
really big one.
Yeah.
So, and like cause I meet with a lot of people like one on one just for like coffee chats. And
Hmm.
like I started to realize too, like leaving university, which like that's not it, I just left because I graduated. Like that was the biggest thing for me because I got to then be in control of my whole life where I
Mm.
felt very out of control when I was in university. But
Like just in terms of like the drinking and that
mhm.
piece, do you
Like the
mean? Or
drinking, like who I was surrounded with, like I
okay.
have such bad FOMO, like
Yeah.
and like all most of like so many of those people are also my friends today, but like living on my own like gives me more control over what I am gonna do and like
Yeah.
having a career really
Yeah.
helps. Like
Yeah. Something
just
to
like
bookend your
stepping out of the
time a little
bubble,
bit. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
really, really help, which like
Yeah.
isn't the best advice because I remember in university being like, I just want to change so bad and grow. And it didn't
Yeah.
happen
Oh
until I
my God.
graduated.
Yeah, I remember like being like drunk like first year university. I remember like crying on the floor to my friend being like, I don't
Hmm.
like who I am. Like I remember
Yeah.
literally saying those words in my like fucked up state. And it wasn't
Hmm.
like I didn't like like it wasn't that I like genuinely like did not like
Yeah.
myself or was like, suicidal or like anything like that at the time. It was just like I didn't like how I was living. And like I think
Hmm.
we all have that like kind of like nagging, maybe it's like a voice, maybe it's I think some people maybe think it's like God, something like that. That's like you could be doing a bit
That,
better,
oh
And
yeah.
it's I think it's fighting that like internal voice in yourself that feels
Oh.
like that's where at least for me is like the most damage. And then of course it makes sense why you're like let's go drink and like party my face off
Hmm.
because you don't have to fucking confront
Oh,
that. That's like not
exactly.
fun.
And in
Yeah.
university, it's like like think it can get it's really easy for it to get mixed and um like I don't know the word, like you let it happen because you're in university. It's like condoning your actions even though they shouldn't be, but you're just like, "Oh, I'm a young university student. Like this
Yeah.
is what I should be doing." And like that's why things get super messy. And now I
Yeah.
look back and I'm like, I should have probably like gone to therapy, like
Yeah.
dropped out, I don't know, like whatever.
Yeah,
But I'm
something.
still here to
Yeah,
tell the
yeah.
story.
Yeah, so basically
But
what we're saying is we actually
yeah.
don't support anyone going to post-secondary education.
Literally.
Don't go to college, don't go to university. You'll all become alcoholics.
Yeah.
Actually, women shouldn't have jobs or education. You'll all
That's
become feral lunatics,
yeah.
and no one should seek that out for themselves. But no, but it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like the time and like I don't know. I think like if there is a point in your life where you're gonna completely like crash out and get drunk every
Oh,
night, better that than when you have like a full time job and like fucking
yeah.
responsibilities
Oh,
and like yeah
100%. And
yeah.
now anytime like say my mom tries to call me out for anything, I'm like, would you rather that? Like, because back then I was drinking and
Mm,
partying too much, now I work too much. Like it's like you'll never win, but I would rather be
yeah
on this side of the thing.
yeah
Like
yeah
and
yeah
yeah, it's hard. I feel bad because I feel for anyone going through that now. Like, and I
yeah.
remember just being in my university room, like crying, looking up like how to change.
Yeah.
And then it's
How
like
to
the
change.
girls like,
And
oh,
did you ask
yeah,
ChatGPT
no,
how to
because they
change?
didn't, it wasn't there yet. That was my second semester of my fourth year.
Wait, I kind of want to ask ChatGPT right now. How
How
do
to
I
change.
change? Wait.
It'll tell you something good. No, I love ChatGPT.
Okay. How do I change? Question mark. Could you give me a bit more
I was
context?
literally like,
Okay,
why could I
chat
tell? But why could I tell you a
knows.
bit of
You're like, that was not a good prompt,
like I
Hillary.
knew that they were gonna say, can you give a bit more context?
Okay, let's say change. We're saying like,
Personal growth.
should we, well, let's use the example of like not like to stop partying.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's just so hard because yeah, everyone around you is drinking, partying, doing the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. So I asked ChatGPT
Define your why. That is
how
my
to
number one thing ever.
yeah. So we asked how to stop partying in university. And as Sarah said, number one, define your why. Reflect on why you want to stop partying. Is it because of better grades, mental health, saving money, focusing on the future? How did you do that? Like define like
Did
your
I?
why kind of thing?
No.
No.
I only learned about that when I got my first corporate job, but that's my new favorite. You always have to have a why.
Yeah, of
Mm-hmm.
course. Of like what
Yeah.
anything you're doing, even like making content, being creative, even
Yeah.
going to work.
Yeah.
Like I think like so many times in my life I've been fucking depressed because like I
Mm-hmm.
haven't had a why of like and also that's a good way for you to be like, maybe that's not for you. Maybe that job's not for
Yeah.
you. Maybe like whatever it is not it. Yeah. Okay, other tip from ChatGPT to stop partying in university is to set clear goals. So you want to be like maybe study more consistently, build healthier
Mm-hmm.
habits. I think like that's a big piece of it, like finding something to like replace
Yeah,
it.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say like setting goals is something so well. First of all, like you need so say you want to start drinking start drinking less. You have to say like I'm gonna start drinking less, but I'm gonna start doing this more to fill that time. Like you
Yeah.
can't just add new habits to your life. You have to take things away,
Right.
which like
Yeah.
obviously I guess that's what we're talking about here. But
Yeah.
even the goals of like making them like mini goals, like I remember being like, I'm gonna quit drinking entirely. I'm gonna go to the gym every day at 6 a.m. I'm gonna have a like 100% average.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not realistic. Like your
Right.
goal should be, I'm only gonna go out Fridays and Saturdays, or I'm
Sure.
gonna consume less alcohol.
alcohol
Like
when you
it's just
do,
like
yeah.
set realistic goals
Yeah.
and you feel more accomplished. You get there quicker and then you go to the next.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
mm,
yeah. I love that. Even like for me, like I'm not like a huge like drinker anymore, but like when I am like I know I am gonna be like drinking, I'll usually like ping pong between like an alcoholic drink and then either like just a soda water or
yeah.
like something non-alcoholic, just so I like don't feel awful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I've gotten
yeah,
better at that. Like, and because I wasn't like, I'm a very like would drink anytime in a social setting and like would just drink, and then it's too late.
yeah,
But that now I've gotten a lot better, and it made me realize like, oh wow, I don't wake up hungover. I'm entirely fine, and
yeah.
it's just because like I can't be taking shots. I can't. So it's like learning your limits,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
23. Like,
yeah. I love
should know
learning
my
20 lists.
limits,
Yeah,
but-
well, legally you've only been able to drink for 4 years, which I'm sure that's what everyone's been doing. So
Exactly.
it's totally fine. And speaking of, Sarah and I are drinking Partakes today, which is a
Yeah.
non-alcoholic beer. They're pretty good. Thank you for sending these beers, Partake.
I love them. I always say there's a placebo effect with non-alcoholic alcohol.
Really? You think so? Like it's
100%.
like, I mean, yeah, I feel like science. We
Yeah.
could ask ChatGPT that right now. Is there science?
Can
You
ChatGPT
think
sponsor
drugs?
us,
Yeah,
please?
exactly. Yeah, but so basically everything we were just talking about is on ChatGPT as well. Like they're saying like plan your week, so like finding like different things like a gym sesh, Netflix night at home, having plans to reduce the temptation because you're bored. Oh my god, sometimes like I said, like I don't drink that much, but I definitely smoke a lot of weed, and like I'll often just if I'm bored or if it's like honestly it's like going to sleep and shit too.
Yeah.
But like limit alcohol, avoiding the party lifestyle, learn to say no. You don't need to justify every decision. Sometimes it's simple. I'm good, thanks. That's the other thing too. I feel like people get psychotic sometimes
Oh,
when people are
yeah.
like, I actually don't want to drink.
Yeah.
Like I'm so chill.
And that's another thing too, like FOMO. I have the worst FOMO for everything and anything. Like even when I was getting Botox, I was like, so what does everyone come in here for? Because I just want to make sure that I'm getting
What
it
everybody else
too.
is, wait, I'm so curious. What was
Yeah.
it? What is everybody getting?
Well, she just said Botox and filler, but then I was like, but I want to know where. Like because I'm
Wait,
like,
yeah.
I want to make sure I'm
How
getting what
many
they're getting.
units? Like, yeah.
But like it's the same for going out. Like, but that's the like I stayed in for like say 2-3 weekends, and then the next day I'd always be so productive. I would feel so amazing, and I'm like, wait, I didn't miss anything. So that's
Yeah.
kind of how I've like stayed on the trend of not going out.
Yeah.
Or like I go out early, like going out for dinner or meeting friends earlier, then going home. You won't want to go out anymore.
Yeah.
Or going to the pre, then going home. Like those are all it's never like the actual out part that's fun.
Yes. Yeah. It's always, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. We've well documented on this podcast, discussed how much fun the pre is and
Yeah.
how much not fun everything
Well,
else
that's what I
is.
mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what was one of ChatGPT's things that it just
Let's get
said?
it back up. Learn to say no, celebrate wins, be patient.
Oh wait, what about earlier? Oh,
Plan
Oh,
week.
this
Yeah.
is a bit planning your week, but it's not really like my roommate and I would be like, oh, we're gonna stay in tonight, and because we weren't going to the bar, so we thought we had to stay in, but then we played tennis one time.
That's cute though.
But
yeah,
then
something
we were
different.
like, wait, why don't we do this on a Friday and Saturday night? Like it's like
yeah,
almost. I think people have this conception that because you're not going out, you can't do anything.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
there's so many other things you can go to the movies,
Yeah.
go play tennis, go on a walk. Like you can do other things, arts and crafts.
Yep.
That don't involve like you can still have fun.
Well, and it's so funny because like, so my boyfriend, he doesn't drink. I was about to say, for some reason, I was about to say my current boyfriend because we were talking about exes earlier. Not to like keep him. Maybe I should start calling him that. My current boyfriend, just to keep him on his toes.
Yeah.
Sorry, babe. But my boyfriend, he doesn't drink, and that was like one thing I really appreciated him. Like when we first started dating, I feel like so much of dating culture too is like steeped in dating or like drinking. I mean, sorry, and like. Because he doesn't drink, like, like I think of a few states, like we like went to a museum, like we were like going on walks and stuff. We like went to mini pot, like it's just so. I realized like how much of like my dating life was just like sitting and like drinking with somebody, which like also like that's a fun, you know what I mean? Like if that's what you want to do, like that's fun every once in a while. But then I was realizing too, like I'm not actually making connections with people. All I'm doing is getting drunk, and then like of course I'm having a good time. Like all the chemicals are in my brain hitting what they need to do.
Oh my
and like
gosh, it's so
because we're like
true.
ADHD too. Any sort of like stimulant, you're like fuck
Yeah. I'm like, this is the best date I've ever been on, and then I'm like, oh, it's me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
but yeah, no, that part's so true too, and I think it almost is giving me more. I think I got so used to always. I don't want to say I'm not an alcoholic, but like always drinking. Like,
And also, if you are struggling with alcoholism, that's also okay.
Yeah,
You could,
yeah.
maybe you'll find something relevant in this.
Yeah.
And nobody's licensed here of like, this is the blind leading the
honestly,
blind if
yeah.
you haven't figured that out already. But yeah, sorry, say Sarah.
But like, is that so many of like my like dates like involve drinking, and anytime that I was around guys or anything of that sort, like on like dates or at the bar, it's like you're always
Mhm.
drunk, and that's what I realized too. It's
Mhm.
given me more anxiety for when I'm sober. Like I
Yeah.
can't like it's made me uncomfortable. It made me uncomfortable being around guys when I'm sober. I'm like, I'm not used to this. Like I don't want this. Like I have my close guy friends,
Mm.
but that's it.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
not like meeting random people. So I feel like like learning to be in those kinds of situations entirely sober with like not it, like it builds your confidence.
Yeah, it
So
does.
like
It does.
that's a
A raw
huge
dog
thing.
date sometimes is like a little bit like
Yeah.
oof, oof.
Yeah.
Like it is like yeah, yeah. Do you have like a first date ritual that you do?
Honestly, no, and I do not get scared by I love first dates. Like when I moved to Toronto, I think I went on like one date
Mhm.
every single day for like 7 days in a row.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Well,
then
like you're a sales girl. Like I get like I'm
mhm.
not a sales girl myself, but like I get like I'm just like, "Oh, like time to practice a new bit. Time
Yeah,
to be a new girl. Like a
exactly.
new audience. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Let's get it going."
So it was so much fun. So I just more like I would film like a get ready with me because TikTok loves a get ready with me for a date.
True.
So that would be kind of my ritual because be like work, okay, and then get ready,
Yeah.
and I would have
Do
my
more
Cottage
work,
Springs,
making
yeah,
content actually.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah, and then go on the date. But that's kind of like my only ritual. Sometimes I would have my roommate in there with me, and she would just chill in my bed while I'm getting ready. But I love first dates. And that's
Okay.
it because
That's
I'm
yeah, period. Like
yeah, and
that's
that's
end it
yeah.
there. Yeah. Yeah.
And since I'm moving in a
Quit while I'm
month,
ahead. Yeah,
yeah, I go.
exactly.
This is the perfect time to
Exactly.
date.
Yes, yes. Okay, I'm so glad you brought up moving. So you are moving from Toronto to Montreal.
Hmm.
Can you tell like what prompted that decision? I know you said like you're like I got no one holding me back.
Yeah.
Like let's go. We're all the
Yes.
main character in our own
Mhm.
story, but I'm like respectfully, nobody's really paying that much attention.
Exactly.
Like
Everyone's
yeah,
focused on
like
themselves.
yeah.
Like, do whatever you want. That's what I like to think that, but then I hear of all these people like talking shit and like dragging my name. So I'm like, clearly we're not all
Wait,
focused on
really?
ourselves.
Like
Oh
off
yeah.
of like TikTok, like off of
Oh no,
social
like
media,
close
or
friends,
just
like friends. Yeah.
really?
Hmm.
Like, have you had like any like friend breakups because of
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like recently, like a few like pretty big friend breakups, but
is
like
it like people being jealous or like
I
people
don't
just like not
I don't know.
supportive?
Like it's like more just like falling outs with other friends, and then like other friends dragging me like here like just like my name
Mm,
constantly being like talked about,
mm-hmm.
which it like really upset me, and like I didn't even talk about it on my own socials because I'm like I almost don't want to give them the time of day.
Mm,
But it's just like it was like a falling out, and it's like I haven't thought about you or talked about you to anyone, and like I consistently hear
yeah.
my name being brought up like from people that like I haven't seen in 3 years, and they're like, oh, like this happened, and I'm like, how do you know about that?
Right.
And it's
It's
like
like get off
I'm
my dick.
focused
Why are
on
you so
and I'm
obsessed?
like I'm focused on so many other things, so it's just like more hurtful that I'm like we
Yeah.
had a very long friendship for you to be going on
Mm,
and like doing those things kind of sucks. And then just like other people like like I don't know, like to your face, super like they're interested. This girl asked me for a coffee chat, and then I hear that she's like dragging my name behind my back, and I'm like, she's like her TikToks are whack, whatever. And I'm just like,
oh.
that's like what a bold move.
Yeah, yeah. To then
So,
also try to be like, hey,
mhm,
can we like connect?
yeah.
Like
So I think
try,
that's
yeah.
been something that like that was such a tangent, but like that I've
Yeah.
been like that's hard because like no matter what, like when I realized like when you're actually happy and doing well, like that's when people will start dragging you, and like it's
Yeah.
almost like your happiness brings out their like sadness and
Yes.
insecurity.
Yes. I think that's so
And
right. Because people see that and they're just like, oh, well, I want that. Or she went like,
mhm.
I don't know, like I had a group of friends for a while that was like kind of like talking about like me like being like really busy and like having like a wide network of like friends and
Yeah.
connections and stuff. And I think we ended up having like a talk about it and stuff and it was all like fine. But like on one hand, I was like, okay, I get like your concern, but what I found it was like, uh, it was disguised as like concern for like my mental
Mhm.
well being, but like also trying to like rip me down of like doing
Yeah.
things. I'm like, no, like I'm actually good. Like I appreciate it, but like I'm actually good. Like
Yeah.
this is how I like to function. I understand you don't want to function like that.
That's
I understand a
okay.
lot of people don't want to function, but
Mhm.
that's okay. You know what I mean? Like I think like sometimes too, it's like sometimes we want to like give advice to our friends, like what we would want to hear for ourselves. But it's like,
Mhm.
no, you're not them. Like you're not like
Exactly.
that's not their life. Like everyone can make their own decisions.
Yeah.
We're all big girls.
And I
Like,
think a
yeah.
lot of it comes down to projection, and it was exactly what you were just saying. And I think that's a big thing that I've learned this year, where like to take things less personally.
Yeah.
It's like because and it made me look at myself differently of like, okay, what really upsets me? Like, what do I do to other people? Like, it's really was great for internal work, but also realizing like, okay, why are you going out of your way? Like, no one's asking you about me. So you're going
Yeah.
out of your way to drag me. What does that say about you? Like you have
They're a
nothing better to talk
fan.
about. That
They're
like
a
you,
fan.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm like, even if you're like you hate what I'm doing, like you're still talking about me. You're still taking your time and energy.
And also to be clear, quote unquote, what Sarah's doing is like making people laugh and connecting with people. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's what
it's,
sucks is like I feel like my content
yeah,
like is like literally also to empower women in like the workplace and like whatever. I do like joke stuff and like
yeah,
I'm not very serious, but like at the same time it's like to like people who are single or going through breakups or like in the career and
yeah.
workspace and like that is my kind of goal. And as someone who was like a spiral wreck of a woman and like I've grown a
It's well
lot.
documented, guys. Check her TikTok. It's great. You'll love it.
Yeah. And I had TikTok at that time too. So like if you scroll deep enough. But yeah, so I think that's what like my mom was like coaching me through it because like I obviously called her in like a panic freak attack. But
Yeah.
I think that's also just life is like not letting those kinds of people even get to you because I'm like that's another thing. I was like I don't even want to hear this because what is it doing for me? Hearing this
Yeah.
and knowing that you're talking about me like
It's like not
changes
helpful.
nothing.
It's
Yeah.
not helpful.
Yeah.
No, like if somebody, I totally respect if somebody, a friend, like it comes to you and it says like, hey, like I have a problem with like the way you talk about this or like handle stuff.
Mhm.
Sure, totally. Well,
Yeah.
like give me the comment box is open. Let's
Oh
chat
yeah.
about it, you know? Or if it's like I've done something to like piss you off, not know, whatever, let's talk about it.
Mhm.
But when it's just like kind of like blatant, like, oh, you've already decided what you believe about
Mhm.
me in that situation.
Well,
And like, what do you want me to do?
and that was
Like,
exactly like I think that's such a great point too, is like when it you've lost the plot. You're not even
yeah,
focused on anything of substance anymore. Like for instance, like like one of these situations happened months ago. Like we never met up to talk about it. It was just like basically like breakup. And then it's like you're still talking about it, but like I had reached out to you, like there had been a discussion
yeah.
and you like we couldn't come to terms with it, but like you're still talking about it, you're still bringing it up. It happened months ago. Like, and I'm like, now you're losing the plot. Like, it's like
Yeah.
you clear like whatever if they resented me before, whatever it was, but it's
It's
just a
also just
lot.
like not fun to hang out with
Hmm.
when you walk into a room and you can tell, like I know everyone thinks they're being so sly, but you can tell when you walk back into a room and everyone's like like they
Oh
were just
yeah.
talking like
Oh, and that's no,
what?
that's
Like
what happened.
that's actually the ickiest feeling to
Hmm.
feel, and like everybody has felt that feeling, I believe, like
Yeah.
at some point in their life, and the fact that like so like you're now making other people feel that way, like
Yeah.
that sucks, like
Mhm.
ugh,
Yeah,
hate
that
it.
was my friends and I. We were saying like I never want to be like questioned if my friends are talking badly about me.
Yeah.
And then a big thing for me was like, first of all, how other people talk about other people is exactly how they're gonna be talking about you,
Yes.
which is like red flag that I wish I would have like almost learned
Yeah,
sooner.
yeah.
And
Well, and
then,
it's also like even when I'm in like those situations like with
mhm.
friends and stuff, like I've also had to check my behavior too. Because there's
Oh
like certain groups
yeah,
where it's like, oh, you just get kind of like
you
popping
get
off and
oh yeah,
you're doing it because you want to connect with other
hmm,
people and you're not even thinking about like the impacts that that's having on like either the relationship with like the person you're talking about.
yeah,
And then yeah, of course, if that's what the conversation is when you're not
hmm.
in the room, like imagine what's like it's gonna
But
be
oh
happening the same
yeah,
thing for
and that's
you.
I'm a shit talker. Like I'm like not like literally not perfect by any means, and like I think everyone has their faults and whatnot. But like a big like I that's a was for me in 2025. I was like I want to watch how I'm talking about other people, like and like
Mm,
not even talk about other people unless it's like a close friend where I'm like what you did hurt me and it's something valid of substance where I can actually attach it to maybe an action.
yeah.
But like other than that, I'm like I don't even want to be focused or worried on what other people are saying about me or what other people are
Yeah,
doing. Like
yeah.
quite frankly, what's it to me?
I wish it was more socially acceptable for women to say things like "get off my dick." Like I
Mhm.
just love because
Yeah.
like I just love that. It's just
Yeah.
so beautiful. It's so eloquent. Let's get some T-shirts.
Yeah,
Let's say
get
that.
yeah,
Some
literally. On the
overstimulated
front
merch.
and
Get off
back.
my
Yeah.
dick, and then it's like get off my ass on the back. I don't
Yeah,
know.
literally.
Like
Yeah, get
get off
off
my
my titty.
titties,
Yeah, on
maybe.
the
I don't know.
chest.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
off my titties. Why are you so obsessed
Oh my
with?
gosh. Yeah.
That is so funny. Okay, Sarah, we're gonna close out with some rapid fire questions
Okay.
with you. Okay. What is the weirdest app on your phone that you refuse to delete?
I can't rap if I only use like 4 apps on my phone.
Really? What do you use the
I
most?
wonder TikTok. Like my screen time
TikTok.
is like 40 hours a day.
No.
Hmm.
I was gonna ask you what your screen time's like.
Insane. I want to. Yeah, I don't really have because I have no storage on my phone. Like I have weird games.
Okay, like what's a game you
Like
got?
like Subway Surfer mini games,
Really? Oh
find
my
the
god,
cat,
Subway Surfer. That's a
offline
throwback for
games.
me. Yeah, that's fun.
So just like those. My screen time is outrageous.
And to be clear, you do work in social media, so like it
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
like
Both my jobs. Screen time. Okay, well, the daily average, it's down 17%. It's 8 hours and 48 minutes. Is that a lot?
I feel like that's a lot.
And it's down 16%. And TikTok, it was also down 15 hours
A
a week.
day? A week.
A day is 2 hours, I think. I don't know how to actually work
That's
this,
pretty
but
good.
like
That's pretty
this
good.
is good. There was one week, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was Christmas break, but it was outrageous.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
think I was logging like maybe like I was putting 10-hour days
Yeah,
on the board. I was
yeah.
getting my reps in. I was getting my scrolls in. I got carpal tunnel on my thumbs. Like after all of it, I'm like, why do my eyes hurt? Why can't I
No,
sleep? Why is my mental
yeah.
health bad? I'm like, genuinely, it's a mystery.
Oh, yeah.
What is something that you are currently obsessing over?
Do I want to know the hosier cover on TikTok? I can't. I posted like 10 TikToks about it. Like I actually am obsessed with it. And you have ADHD too. Like
Yeah.
hyperfixations are
It's
so
like boom,
real.
boom,
Yeah.
like hitting it.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can't stop. Yeah.
If you find like some certain sounds or just
Mhm.
like even sometimes it's not even like a song, but it's just like the lead up into a song where
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
a doot 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 repeat.
Repeat, like that's the
back,
thing, and I get
repeat it.
obsessed with things. And right now, like, cause I'm not a huge music girl, but like, there's certain songs, and like that's one right now that I can't. Like, I'm obsessed with it, and I'm gonna love it until I hate it.
I love that. I love that so much. What is your biggest vice?
What's a vice?
Like your something. What is a vice? How do I define a vice, James? It's like as ChatGPT how to define a vice. It's like watching reality TV or like something you
Oh.
love but like gives you comfort.
Oh, Uber Eats and eating out for literally every single meal. I don't. I
Oh,
eat.
really?
Oh, I actually have so many vices.
Yeah.
Coffee. I drink
It's
more
like-
coffee than I drink water,
Yeah.
and like junk food. Like I eat. Like I eat out for every meal. Actually, in the new year,
Really? Yeah.
I that's my New Year's resolution, so I've been a lot better.
It's
But
like
like
more.
McDonald's, candy, chocolate chips, like I will reach for
All of
that.
it. What's
I'll
your
wake up
McDonald's order?
2 junior chickens
Ooh.
in a Oreo McFlurry and a fry, and then I dip the fries in the McFlurry.
Of course. Of
Yeah.
course. That's pretty. That's a
Every
solid
time I go
order.
out, I wake up in the morning, $70 McDonald's order, and I fall asleep before it gets there. But yeah. Oh, because when I'm drunk, I'm like, think I'm a big mon. And I literally will order like 8 junior chickens.
You're like, I need them all.
Oh, yeah.
But wait, is that not meal prepping?
You know, I do try to save them, but then I like actually do eat them the next morning and they're disgusting.
It's
But like
true.
McDonald's isn't a good meal prep, but like for most other places, like Blondie's Pizza all the time. I'll order it and I'll be like, okay, like this is gonna be my lunch and dinner for tomorrow as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like that's my meal prep. So like Uber Eats, I guess, is my vice.
Yeah.
And like junk food.
Junk
Like I wake
food.
up, there's Skittles beside my bed, and I'll like at like 6 in the morning, I'll take a handful of Skittles.
Really? Oh, okay. I can't do that with like candy, but like I'm a big like I love like some chips
Mhm.
or like some like
I
of
love it
the
all.
savory variety. Yeah, that's fun. How do you keep from like being overstimulated? Like what do you do to take care of your mental health?
Still trying to figure that out. But a really big thing for me is like journaling and talking out loud. And like I think it's gonna be really hard.
Do you ever
not
journal into ChatGPT?
actually though, like or
Yeah.
like I'll put in my thoughts and it'll help me like come to terms with my thought. Like I'm like I'll put in how I'm feeling and it will like literally like compartmentalize it and like make it make sense to me
That's
when
so
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, yeah.
But, like I think that's gonna be a really hard part about living alone is like me and my roommate have a very close like we like I say one thing and she's like, oh wait, but what about this? And like it's like therapy. So I think that's like it actually really helps. Like we talk out loud and I'm very comfortable with her. I can tell her anything. So that's what I've been trying to do in like communication. Like with my boss, if I'm overwhelmed at work, I've just gotten really good at communicating
Yeah.
to like not get because
Yeah.
that's like I'm constantly overstimulated.
Yeah.
So like communication's been a big one.
Yeah, I'm like being like, "Hey guys, we will not be doing that
Yeah,
actually," or
yeah.
like, "I need some help with this," or like, "Don't be afraid to ask for help." you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, I know. My hyper independence could never.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
moving, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get a moving truck and do it all myself.
Yeah,
And like
I love
everyone's
that.
offering to help, but like I
This
hate
is
it.
this is basically this episode in sum is be a Taurus. Use
Yeah.
ChatGPT for everything. You can cheat on other people, but if they cheat on you, that's fucked, and they deserve to go to jail.
Yeah. And I can talk shit, but you can't talk shit.
Exactly. And all of your friends that even dare question your motives, gone. Cut them all out. I'm
Literally,
just
literally. Okay.
kidding. That's so funny.
Long story short.
Yeah. Sarah, thanks so much for joining us today. Where are you on socials? Where can everybody find you?
So I am on like literally every single social media channel possible, but I have Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, X, and YouTube. And I have them all. I'll give you my Instagram. It's Sarah with 2 H's, Lemoine with 2 E's, SarahHhLemoinee. And it's all linked in my bio.
It is. It's
Yes.
linked down below as well. Well, thanks guys so much for getting overstimulated with us. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.